Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over how to get rich with numerology. So I want to be very direct with this video. It might not be as long as some of my other ones because there's not much to say. It's very, very pinpoint accurate. Like, a lot of people think that you need to master an ideology completely in order to utilize it to its fullest potential. I agree with that if you're somebody who needs to teach it, but if you're somebody who just wants to live a regular life and you understand the numbers, you don't need to know the whole of Pythagorean numerology. You don't need to know the whole of Chaldean. You just need to know what applies to you. And ultimately, that's why in my readings, I give you guys the core chart reading for Pythagorean very specifically, because that's what actually applies to you. The other numbers are secondary. They're more about themes. They're more about like different things and different aspects that aren't going to affect you as deeply as you may think. So having said that, you don't necessarily need to know or master them. It's really as simple as that. What you need to know in order to get rich with numerology is understand how each number functions with you. Your birth number, first off, is the first one I want to cover. When you understand your birth number in a more complete fashion, what you would start to realize is that this controls your immunity. So like how your immune system ultimately works is controlled by your birth number, because your birth number controls your mind. In Chaldean numerology, we'd call, sorry, I need some AC, you guys. But in Chaldean, we'd call the birth number the psychic number because it controls the psyche, which in turn means it controls the body. Your mind controls your body. We already know that. So having said that, if you know how your birth number operates, you'll know if your immune system is strong or weak. You'll know how you naturally think. You'll know your natural inclinations, meaning like what's going to interest you, and then also what's going to be pet peeves for you, or what's going to be sort of a detriment or weakness to you, because every number has good and bad to it. We're in a dual universe. So you have to understand there's always good and bad with everything. Having said that, knowing your birth number will be a very, very good indication of what your ideal career should be, because you'll start to realize that there's common themes amongst, let's say, self-made billionaires. Will have maybe, there's the number 14 that's there a lot, there's number 18 that's there a lot when it comes to self-made billionaires. When it comes to independent entrepreneurial endeavors, you're looking at a lot of 1s and 8s for birth numbers. When you're looking at a lot of star athletes, you're looking at a lot of 11s and 22s. When you're looking at a sense of social media influencers, you're looking at like 3s, 11s, and 6s, right? And the list can go on. I'm not going to go into each number in depthly today. I just want you guys to understand how you should be looking at your own chart, right? This prevents me from having to actually even give you a consultation or a reading. If you actually just know how to read your chart, going online and putting in your core chart, you can just read it and then know exactly what to do to, I guess, accomplish your set goal. So birth number is the first one. Once you understand the birth number very clearly, life becomes easier. It's actually one of the most important numbers in your chart. What I'm going to go over today is pretty much just going to be a triangle, meaning 3 very important numbers. The next one you need to know is your life path number. You guys obviously know that. Today, I'm going to be discussing life path in a very different sort of sequence, because everybody seems to think like, oh, my life path number is my inherent quality, so in turn I'll just be naturally good. If I'm an 8, I'll just get rich. Like, that's not how it works at all. Your life path number should really be worded as a life lesson. One sec, drink break. It should be a life lesson number. And what that means is, if you're a life path 1, for instance, the biggest problems you're going to have is through leadership and innovation and people accepting your dreams as a reality. Meaning that your biggest problems will be manifesting the leadership role or the entrepreneurial millionaire role that you want to fulfill in this lifetime. You'll definitely have the inherent qualities of one of being stubborn, of being relentless, of being intolerable to failure, but you're still going to have issues when it comes to actually getting to your said destination. That's the whole point of the journey. It's supposed to teach you lessons. So when I look at somebody's life path number, I don't say, oh, if somebody's an 8, they're rich, or if somebody's a 1, they're naturally a leader. I say, no, that's what they have to work on in this lifetime. But when they do, they're going to get put in a position to really maximize their potential. So I'd call the life path number, if you guys don't understand, the life lesson or the potential number. Meaning that's where your highest potential is. That's your higher self. That's what you need to evolve into. You're not there yet. When you look at a life path number, understand that you're not it yet. You have to earn its power by becoming that number. So when I look at like somebody who's a life path 8, they say my life's hard, I'm in the rut, I'm broke, da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, of course, you're an 8. So you have to learn about money. You have to learn about power. You have to learn about status. all of these things are going to be like repeatedly slapping you across your face every single day until you understand how to compartmentalize what you need to do. Until you start to understand, I need to be disciplined here, I need to take a stance here, and the list goes on, right? So look at your life path number like a life lesson number, and when you put it like that, you start to realize, okay, now I have my psychic, my mind, my birth number tells me how I think naturally. My life path number is teaching me a very big lesson, so I need to like learn that lesson. And then your last one will be the expression number. Your expression number is your full name at birth, not like your full name now, not your full name after marriage, your full name at birth. I'll repeat it, full name at birth. And you use that to then determine what your natural skill sets are. I'd argue that the way people look at their life path numbers, the way they should be looking at their expression number, because your expression number is what's actually telling you your actual skill sets and telling you exactly what you need to do. Meaning, I'm a life path 8, right? Just because I'm a life path 8 and I'm on YouTube, I have an expression number 14/5 karmic debt, cool, whatever. Through YouTube, I was able to clear that karmic debt. I wouldn't say I've even cleared it. I think it's a lifetime journey. So I should excuse my language there. I am clearing that karmic debt by being as consistent as possible, by being punctual, by having follow through, by being relentless. The 14 has a thing with vices, so I do my best to avoid most vices and moderate when I do utilize them, more as like a, I would say, a way of treating myself for doing the right things each day, if that makes sense. But anyways, back to the main subject. When you understand you have a life path number that's one way and an expression number that's another, just because you share a life path with somebody, it doesn't mean that you're going to go on the same journey as them. You might learn the same lessons, but they're going to be in very different ways. I have an expression number 5, so I do like stock trading, crypto, etc. And then I do this, independent, entrepreneurial, right? But if I had like a 4, I might work in the bank. If I had a 3, I might be more of a TikTok, social media type person, maybe vlogging. So that's the thing, is you have to understand where your powers are. Expression number, instead of calling it the expression, because it is how you express yourself, call it your superpower number. When you look at it like that, you start saying, okay, these are my superpowers. And just like Superman, he had kryptonite. Those are your weaknesses. Those are the things you have to work on or just simply avoid. So if you know that you're an expression number 5 and you have whatever life path, if you know you just can't control yourself with vices, then don't have vice at all, cold turkey them. If you can, then moderate it, right? But that's how you have to look at it, and that's how you have to break down this triangle, right? You have 1, your higher self, life path number. You got your birth number here, and then you got your expression number here. If you actually know how to utilize those 3 to its fullest potential, you'll do just fine. Your soul and personality number matter as well. Your maturity number matters as well. These things matter, but when it comes to getting rich, when it comes to actually making money, you need to know what your superpowers are, because that's your bridge to making money. What your life path entails, because that's going to tell you whether or not it's going to be easy or not. Some people's life paths are easier than others. It's just point blank, period. That's how it is. And then your birth number is going to tell you about your natural like thinking, like your habits, and also your immune, how healthy you're going to be, and what sort of person you'll be like. Are you going to work well with people? Are you better off independent? You know that through your birth number, because that's your general personality, your general persona, your archetype of who you are. So I hope this does help, guys. You need to be able to use these 3 and then put them in the right perspectives in order to get rich and just to have them in the right place in your mind. So to finalize it again, look at your birth number like your psychic, your thinking number, how you think. Look at your life path number, I would say, as the highway that you're on, meaning your life lesson or your life potential. And then look at your expression number as the superpower number. That explains to you the natural gifts that you have, so things that you're naturally going to be good in without much pre-training, right? Because a lot of people mistake that. I'm going to have to reiterate this again. People think that their life path number is what they're going to naturally be good at. Not necessarily. You'll inherently want to do those things, but it doesn't mean that you're naturally going to be good at them. It means that you have to work at it, and it's going to be your life's lesson, life's journey. And when you figure that stuff out, is the more you begin to evolve spiritually as well. Because the universe is teaching us through these different numeric codes and then symbolism with astrology. So I hope this does help, guys. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comment section. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla. Till next time, guys. Peace.